You've probably heard of the deep web, what people call the darkest place on the internet with a lot of dangerous problems. From videos of violence and executions to depraved and deviant content to the trafficking of people, weapons, drugs, and more, to services such as revenge, kidnapping, and organ sales. But actually we are misunderstanding the problem. It is not the deep web, but what we are talking about is the dark web. So what is the dark web? Is it really as scary as rumors say? Let's find out together. First of all, let's make a distinction together to understand and avoid confusion between the deep web and the dark web. If you do some research, you will find that most online newspapers, especially unofficial ones, will often publish articles very carelessly without carefully understanding the information and also not conveying it to the reader clearly, making many people think that the deep web is bad, but it is not. In fact, websites on the internet are divided into three main groups. The first is surface web, i.e. public websites that anyone can access and view. For example, this YouTube video that you are watching is a form of public information, you can watch it freely. The second is deep web. These are secure websites. It requires an account and password to log into view. For example, your Gmail, your Facebook. You must have a password to see your mail, to read your Facebook messages, but if anyone can read it, then there's no such thing as security anymore. And the third is the dark web. So what's so special about the dark web? The main answer is that these websites are not indexed and are only accessible through dedicated web browsers. Since the internet was born in 1969, people have had a great need to exchange information via the internet. But the problem is that the information you put on the network will be controlled by those who manage the telecommunications network and those who control the server system. They can check where you access, what to do when. For example, they know you often watch XXX when drunk. In general, if you use the internet, you will be tracked. But there are many people who do not want that. They want complete privacy. So the Tor network was born. It helps users to stay completely anonymous when accessing. And to completely anonymize the user, it works on a very simple principle. That is, when you access the Tor network through the Tor browser, you will go through 3 layers of encryption. Each layer will use thousands of different computers. It's like before going through the first door, you are randomly selected one of thousands of masks to put on, then you enter the second door, and are selected one of thousands of masks to put it on again, and to the third door continue in the same way. That makes even your ex who is so used to your smell can't recognize who you are in that cyberspace. So, you are almost completely anonymous on the Tor network. In addition to Tor, there are many other networks with similar anonymity functions such as I2P, Freenet, ZeroNet, GNUnet, ONONet, etc. And because the working mechanisms of these networks are very special, you will not be able to use a regular web browser like Chrome or Firefox to access, but you must use a specialized browser like Tor browser to access the Tor network. The Tor network also does not have the .com, .net or .us extension as we still see, but it has the .onion extension. Links to pages on the dark web are often difficult to remember, for example, as you're seeing, so if you're not in-depth you won't be able to see anything on the dark web. Why is the anonymous network called the dark web? You will see that people have the same mentality that if we do something, and no one knows, we will live very true to ourselves, and it includes even bad things. Think about it, in real life, we won't dare to hit people or steal, because we will be discovered and go to jail. However, when playing simulation games, many people played monstrous games such as driving to crush other people or kidnap the daughter of a good family or punch each other with the police. It proves that doing bad deeds undetected, many people will do the same. And that is the reason why the dark web has become a dark place on the internet due to uncontrolled user activities. It has become a paradise for high-tech criminals, where people can do anything beyond imagination. One of the largest research projects on the dark web conducted by King's College London found that, of the 5,205 dark websites, 2,723 are about illegal activities, in which the most common illegal content is the sale and purchase of banned goods such as guns, drugs, and stimulants, then a lot of pornography, even involving children, and violent videos such as executions, scary experience, etc. People also buy confidential data, private documents, or bank accounts, Netflix accounts or opposition political activities, etc. Especially since 2008, Bitcoin has been widely introduced, becoming an anonymous payment currency. The criminal activities of drug trafficking on the dark web have grown even more because computer users have been anonymous. The payment is also anonymous, so it is very difficult to detect when committing a crime. But the dark web isn't completely dark, either. Half of its websites are just as normal as the ones we often visit. Here there are websites of ordinary companies or forums where users share unpublished books or other articles, miscellaneous gossip forum in the sky and under the sea. On the internet, there is also a rumor about the layers of the dark web that the deeper you go, the deeper the depth increases. The last floor is Marina, named after the deepest marina trench in the ocean. It is said that in Marina web there are the scariest and most dangerous things in the world. And the articles also recommend that, when accessing the dark web, you must cover the camera, turn off the microphone, because otherwise hackers will infiltrate and be attacked by kidnappers. However, all of this information is a man-made conspiracy theory, without the layers of the web. This is the assertion of technology expert Eric Putilov, who still regularly uses Tor and I2P, and because the dark web is completely anonymous, you will be safer here than the regular web because you will not be exposed to your access address. No one cares who you are, so you don't need to cover the camera or turn off the microphone, and you won't be in any danger before you deliberately follow the hacker's scam instructions. Online newspapers often exaggerate the truth, making things more dangerous, more thrilling, more dramatic to make readers more interested. More views make more money. As a wise user, let's distill the information and understand the problem correctly. It is clear that the dark web is not so dangerous as rumored. Thank you for watching the video. Goodbye and see you again.